because hey,
Whoops.
We're
welcome
live.
back, dude. Hey, you guys are gonna get a little behind the scenes action today, dude. Dude, we are here, dude. We are here. Hey, seriously, I know I'm bald, Justin, but what's happening with your hair? I know I'm no one to talk, but if I had that gorgeous hairline, you know what? I'd probably just F it too.
I got a shower. I'm tired. I got to work early. I don't care.
How it has, so you got a little bit of lull before the season?
Yeah.
Before the holiday season?
Yeah, hopefully like 2 weeks. We just finished the political season where we're going crazy, delivering a whole bunch of like
Ballot stuff.
Votes.
well, flyers, trashing other candidates, and then picking up ballots and all that stuff. That just ended, and now hopefully about 2 weeks of lull before Christmas takes off.
Did you guys all vote?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep. No, me neither. I will say I wanted to.
Trying to fix it. How's that?
You're lucky you're a pretty face, bro. Is that not funny? Is that not funny for everyone? Let me ask you guys something. Let me ask you something. I'm gonna get deep. Are you guys a happy holidays kind of guy or a Merry Christmas kind of guy?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Just depends on the environment.
Yeah, if I'm around
So you're
Kyrie Irving or Antonio Brown, I actually say Happy Hanukkah.
why are they Jews?
No, they hate
They're
Jewish people.
anti-Semitic remarks.
Are they anti-Semitic? Really? Are they?
Well, they just made some comments
Yeah,
that would
let's not get into that
suggest
right now.
that
But sure,
possibly.
yes.
It was
I
a
never
joke.
heard that.
It was a
Oh.
joke that Justin was making
I
about
thought
them.
I thought they were Jews. Yeah, I'm definitely a Merry Christmas kind of guy, but like on my Christmas cards that I send out to clients, I still go with Merry Christmas and just kind of hope for the best. But
I think it's the lamest thing to care about. Like, I don't know. I generally say Happy Holidays, but if someone said the wrong thing to me, I just wouldn't care.
thank you.
If they said the wrong thing.
Like, I don't know.
I didn't catch that part.
I usually will repeat whatever is said to me.
That's the
Okay,
safe way to
I
do it.
could dig that.
Happy Boxing Day. We know Ash
I
is
would-
probably a happy Christmas kind of guy. That's what
Big
they
time.
do over in
Do they
the.
say Happy Christmas?
Oh yeah, Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that from?
Harry Potter.
God, I haven't seen Harry Potter.
Let's just get into
I
it.
haven't seen Harry
Speaking of
Potter.
anti-Semites,
I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. What did you say?
I said, speaking of anti-Semites,
Are they a bunch of Jews? Are they Jewish?
No.
well,
No?
J.K. Rowling made all the goblins and bankers kind of Jewish adjacent.
Are you just saying because they have big, like, pointy noses?
That's part of it. There's a whole long thing. We'll get into the anti-Semitism offline.
Yeah, I
That-
like the sound of that.
That's
I don't like
like-
the sound of that, but
I like digging in
Not
public,
sponsored.
but
yeah,
Yeah.
beats going over it online.
yeah, but at least there's inflection here, and there's smirking, and there's they can see you're kidding around. I'm happy to see that Zach has learned how to use emojis. What? I'm sober, and I think it's hilarious. Does no one think Justin's hilarious? Okay.
I don't know what you even said.
Neither do I.
You're just like, I love Zach.
No, it's his face. It's his hair. It's his hair. It's
Are
just
you
good.
high?
No, I swear to God, I'm sober. This is sober, Jason.
Is this the episode where you ate 250 milligrams and we missed it?
Oh, God, is that not funny? That's why I'm tripping. What was I saying? Something about
Getting started.
heck, I can't remember. But yes, Merry Christmas is what I am. I hope the season is a little smoother than you anticipate, Justin. And that you can keep on joining us. Trades are aplenty. We're going to be going into trades this week, this episode, this show. I want to go ahead and really focus on not as much as the league of a league breakdown and standings and such, but kind of what stood out to us, and then what trades we would make I kind of left it up to everyone to say, if you're looking at contenders, what trades would you make? Or losers, what trades would you make? Or a combo of both. But I know which direction I went. I went with one direction. I'm not sure what you guys did. I'm very much looking forward to hearing it. But if you aren't trading, you probably won't win, because it just takes fucking everything you got to win. And we're going to talk about it like this is life and death, because when you spend 365 days thinking about it, we're going to want to win. And off season is quickly approaching. But right now, as we're all kind of pooped, and if you really dig into fantasy, you're kind of exhausted with it. Maybe it's just me because I have 30 leagues, but I'm kind of shot because I do dig in as often as possible to what can I do to be better. My rebuilds, I'm constantly trying to pick up guys off waiver wires and sell them for a third or a second, or package them up for some type of value. So let's get into who we're trading for. I will highlight that, if you guys remember who a trade for or away candidate was that you brought up in prior weeks and it hit, and you want to pat yourself on the back, I would love to also pat you on the back. Mitch, you sure did. And I'm sure we've all had them, but
I never miss.
we kind of forget. Yeah. Mitch never misses tagline. But Adrian, how you living, brother?
Doing all right.
Good,
Tired.
man. Are you pooped? Long
Yeah.
day?
Well, just with this new puppy, just the whole potty training stuff and
Oh my god.
not getting much sleep. So I'm just, it's
We've gone 2 nights now without peeing in the bed.
really,
Nice. How's the puppy
His
doing?
bed
Jack?
or your bed?
Our bed. She sleeps with us.
Oh no.
Yeah. My dog sleeps with me too. He like gets right under the covers, snuggles in right with us.
Fortunately,
Hey,
though,
Zach, I'm happy to hear you've been
Super
doing
cute.
so well, but how's the dog doing?
A dang!
Hey, listen. Hey, guys. Everyone has, okay, for the people that have kids, are you a hop in my bed and let's all
Nope.
snuggle in? And me neither. Fudge that.
Either.
Right, Pickle? Hey,
Yeah.
my kid, my bed is for Lisa and I, and that's really it. And you know what? The kids are going to thank us later, but they've never been at 6 months. The kids were out of our room and in their own room. Never a snuggle in our bed. We got many areas to snuggle aplenty happening. But the same goes for the dog. If you're not letting your kids in the bed, why does the dog get in the bed, Zach?
This dog is so cute.
It is freaking cute.
and she's tiny.
So
Do you have a
There's
dog,
poop.
Jason?
there, I have two. I have 2 pugs, but mine do shed.
So is
And-
mine. I don't give a flying flip.
And there's poop on them. They just step in poop. They step all over. They're nasty. I have to express my puppy's anal glands. Okay. That means there's random leakage. That's not, have you guys ever smelled anal juice?
Oh, that's
I want-
disgusting.
Have you,
Yeah.
Zach? Seriously?
It's
Have you smelled
disgusting.
it? It's,
I feel like that's on you for getting a dog that needs that kind of
Every
attention.
every
I don't
dog's
blame you
supposed
for
to
saying that.
express them.
Nope,
Well,
not
they're
mine.
naturally supposed to
If
express
you take your dog to the
themselves.
groomer, it gets its anal expressed. I promise you.
yeah, but
Part
for
of the package.
shedding dogs, we don't really go to the groomer. Well, we don't go to a groomer, right? So you just gotta like
just
a
do it
sausage,
yourself?
bro.
You just
Yeah.
Oh,
pull it
jeez,
right out
that's
of them?
disgusting.
What?
No, I'd pay
You
someone to
kind
do it.
of
It's like
grab
15
them.
bucks.
You grab
You're
them by
rich.
the hips, okay? So the tail's going this way, and so they're facing this way. You grab
Yeah.
them by the hips, and you kind of like milk it. Oh, I know it's
Why do
not
you-
good.
Jason,
Are you supposed to do that?
The vet says
Jason,
they'll
you've
charge
got
me.
money. Pay someone to do that for you.
It's and it's $40, and I don't mind that, but it's the going in.
He likes doing it.
Making an
That's the whole
appointment.
thing.
Yeah, I think that's
If-
where
he likes the
if
smell.
it's
if I
too
don't
much
do
of
it,
a hassle.
it doesn't
It smells
accidentally
so bad.
get on my fingers.
His
you
wife,
know?
rubbing it on his chest.
Oh, guys,
Look at his
it smells so bad, but
But
I'm not
tastes so
letting
good. Oh.
the kids, I'm not letting the kids get in my bed. I'm not letting the dogs get in the bed. But Adrian, your pup, and Zach, yours too. They're not shedders. For sure yours isn't, Adrian. Zach, yours might be a little bit, huh? Yours is
I
a
have to
shedder,
groom.
bro.
I groom her.
Oh, you groom her, so it doesn't really shed. Yeah, no, bro. Come on. I'm not putting them in the bed. Anyways, Adrian, love your dog. You put that in our chat, in our podcast chat, I think, but you need to share that puppy, bro. You need to get Renee on over there.
Right on.
It's a cute looking
I'm
pup.
on it, on it.
What's the name? I
Adrian.
missed it.
What?
Luna, which is the same
No.
as Zach's, I guess.
Shut
right?
it.
Oh,
What the hell, you copycat?
Really?
I didn't name it.
We never get to name it, bro. Which one
The-
named it?
Small
Who
world.
named it?
The daughter did. So it was either
Yeah.
between Stella or Luna.
Stella
those
was
are the
an
two.
option for
Yeah.
us too.
Yeah,
Is
Are-
Stella and Luna hot right now?
it must be.
bro, I know so many
Well,
dogs named Stella.
So my
Sounds
my
like
oldest
stripper
son
names.
I do
wanted
too.
the black and tan because he wanted to name her Luna. Because being a dark dog.
Yeah.
Our next dog, I actually get to name. It'll be Zoe.
Hey,
I
that's
wanted
a
to
great
name it.
name.
Wanted to name it
But how do you-
Squirrel.
Oh,
Squirrel.
that's
Yeah.
a great name too.
We got a cat named Mouse, and I wanted to name the dog Squirrel because
I love it. That's
Yeah.
clever.
Squirrel. I wanted to
How do you-
do,
didn't win.
oh God, what was I wanting to do? My wife completely turned it down.
Zoe.
Yep.
Patty.
No, Zelda and Link.
Mm,
That's
name.
clever.
See, you
Good
get away
name.
with that with dogs. You could name them whatever you want. I named my
Yeah.
dog Dobby. He kind of looks like a house
Dobby.
elf.
Harry
Like
Potter.
Dobbins?
No, like
Hey.
Dobby from Harry Potter, dude. Come on.
No, I don't know. Justin, fix your hair. Hey Zach, how will you spell Zoe though?
ZOE.
Right? Justin's hair? Anyone? Nothing? I am sober.
ZOE, Jason.
So are you gonna put
I like Zoe.
the umlauts or whatever above the E?
Have
Do
to.
you even bother?
Zoe.
Yes. You gotta make her seem foreign,
You kind of have to,
exotic.
or it's just Zoe.
Yeah.
I mean, but then if you don't do it, who's gonna want to sleep with her though,
Just
right?
put
That's
two
what I
E's.
thought. That's
Two
where
E's.
my angle was. Zoe with two E's. That's weird.
Did you
Adrian,
know
yes.
the perfect pet name is 2 syllables with a long vowel? So like Zoe, Chloe, Toby, Dobby. Like those are ideal pet names, short and sweet.
Dobie, get
Are
the-
you
oh,
saying this
sorry.
as an opinion or are you
Justin.
factually stating?
No,
No,
it's
it's factually.
it's a factual.
For dogs.
According to who? Like to yell at them?
Yeah, well, it's
Like
just like it
science?
makes like perfect sense. Like
It's like 4 out of 5 dentists recommend this toothpaste. It's like 4 out of 5 vets recommend a 2-syllable dog name.
with a long vowel.
can't-
Exactly.
I can't look at Justin. Hey, are you guys whoopers? I want to.
Whoopers.
What?
Are you guys?
What?
Let me take a deep breath.
We've been on
He's
here for
gotta be
20
on
minutes.
something.
No, I swear to God, I promise. I almost did, but I chose to do it after. I mean, I typically
We should st-
am.
We
Okay,
should start the
one sec-
recording now.
Yeah. I'm thinking about stop it
One
and
last
restart
thing.
it.
One,
20 minutes
one
of
last
nothing.
thing before we get into whatever we got here for. When you're potty training, okay, are you a whooper or do you not whoop? Do you just
Oh,
like bad
spanking?
dog? Yeah.
No,
I potty trained like 25 years ago. I got no idea.
no. It's been
That wasn't
proven
funny,
time and time
I
that
laughed.
positive reinforcement is way more effective than negative reinforcement.
Okay, that's super gay. Anyone else?
No, I grab it by the scruff of the neck and put her nose right in it and say
Okay.
no.
Okay.
And then when she goes outside and does it right, then you praise them. So
I
All
got
right.
another question for dog owners. So my dog was like, he was barking like nonstop. It was like 10:30. He was just going nuts. Took him outside. He did his business. Came inside. Was still barking. I saw this thing on the Dog Whisperer. You guys know what that is?
Mhm.
yes,
Caesar.
I'm familiar
Caesar,
with the idea.
Caesar
though.
Milan, and he was like taking the 2 fingers around his neck, kind of and like pressure pointing him. I don't know if that was good or not, but like I did that and I got in his face and I was like, you knocked that off. And he like kind of yelped and I was like, oh, whoops,
Oh,
maybe a little too far. But then he was
I
like
don't-
crazy. He stopped barking and he was super snuggly. He like got
Dude.
right up next to me and was like completely silent. And I was like, maybe I am an alpha.
No.
Mm, okay, but seriously.
Is that good or
if
bad
you-
though? That
If you're whoopers, I don't know. Do you whoop your kids? Did you whoop your boys, Zach, Adrian?
They
Kids?
had a few spankings, but not really.
I got
It's not
whooped a
that-
lot.
I mean, I was spanked like crazy growing up,
Me too.
Me too.
I
I was
did.
just
I
emotionally
turned out
neglected.
pretty bad actually, but you guys look like you did all right.
You could tell Justin
Right? Hey,
Justin
serious-
wasn't spanked.
Fucking Justin.
and only one of us is Raiders fan, so.
Yeah.
I was rebelling. All right, listen, I got way more to talk about on
Should we
whoopings,
stop
maybe-
and restart? Or,
No,
or,
no. Look, I got
We can give people a
boogers everywhere.
timestamp.
No. this is my
yeah, I
favorite
think a
part.
timestamp. is-
Okay,
Some people will enjoy
Here we
this,
go.
though.
Adrian.
Yes.
I swear. I can't look at Justin. Adrian.
Here, I'll fix it so we can
Yo.
get through this.
Put a hat on.
That's not work. That's not better. Who's your trade guy?
Oh, get a
When
fucking
you're looking
head.
at your
You guys
league,
are such
Who-
dickheads.
What are you looking at, Adrian, as far as trade guy?
Well, I'm looking for somebody that I can get probably cheap or cheaper. And
Sean
So
somebody
not
that
Geno Smith.
I feel like, no, he's expensive. Somebody I think that will do good for the price or has the potential for the price. So, my trade for guy right now is, because of the most recent news, is Najee Harris.
What recent
Um,
news? I haven't heard this.
Me
That
either.
he's losing the starting job to Warren.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is news.
So, let's see if I have the exact news, but, yeah, so he's getting, I guess, demoted, for Warren. Which I don't think will last, so, Najee, just based on his stats last year, I mean, he had over 1,200 yards as a rookie. So, and I know it was with a different quarterback, it was with, Big Ben. So, I think once they get things right there in Pittsburgh, I think it'll be fine, or they'll just, move him.
so he's more of a
trade
buy
him.
low for you right now.
Right,
So
He's
what
not a
would you
trade
spend
for
on
to
him
win. He's a buy low.
right,
for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Next season.
correct. Or, I don't think Warren's gonna do any better. So, I mean, it's get him now, why people are kind of down on him because of the news. And then,
What
hopefully
are you
that,
spending?
it's hard to say because I know some people might feel the
You-
same way and say, hey, I'm gonna hold and see what happens.
They will.
If you're in a rebuild, but you own a later pick as well, would you sell later first, 2023?
I would. I mean, he's still young. It'd be worth it.
You'd spend the 111, 110, 112 and
112,
beyond.
yeah. Yeah, I think it would be best to probably package, to kind of do a package deal. So like I saw, there was a trade that went through that involved Najee Harris, that I saw, but it was kind of, it had, Stephon Diggs and Najee Harris for JT and Devonta Smith, which I thought was kind of weird,
Seems weird.
but yeah.
Washy. Yeah,
But-
I have not seen one Najee Harris across any league this year trade. I can't imagine anyone selling him for less than a first.
And I wouldn't give
you
that up.
really even sell him. But you'll hear a lot of there were two key analysts that were totally out on him prior to the season. And maybe it was because of the Steelers' woes. I'm
Well,
not
he was
really
like-
sure, but
He was like entirely volume dependent, wasn't he? Like if he wasn't getting 30 touches a game, like, he was not producing
right.
at all.
The Steelers do love to run though, and that's just who Tomlin is. So if they fix their offensive line, do they give him a deal? But I mean, if Warren does, if he gets a yard per carry better on average,
He's
I don't
getting-
know how
He only
they
has
don't stick with him.
30 carries, but he's getting like 1.4 yards more per carry.
Oh, see, that's
More.
why they would turn to him. So okay, Pickle, who are you looking at right now?
If I told you that you could bring in a guy that's never played in the NFL
Oh,
and
that's
actually lost his last high school game,
sign me up.
Jeff Saturday is the no.
Stupid.
my trade for guy is Chase Claypool. And this is, I think, a little bit more of just an upside trade where if you've got somebody like Julio Jones or Keenan Allen that you've kind of been like, I've been needing some points and I'm not getting them at all. I kind of want to trade away, package one of those guys with a second round pick and see if you can go get Chase Claypool. Somebody might take the shot on one of them, but I don't think he's going to be like a league winner, but I think he's in a much better situation. I think Justin Fields is going to continue to emerge. I don't think he's going to be putting up, 180 rushing yards, and he's not going to be playing perfect games for the rest of his career, but I think he's just going to continue to get better. With Claypool and Mooney, I think both of them have more opportunity than they did 2 weeks ago. So I like that trade. I don't think you should be giving up a first for Chase Claypool. I don't think he's gonna like take over that wide receiver room at all. But I think he's somebody you could get a little bit of consistent production out of right now, especially down the stretch. Like I said, if you've got a wide receiver that's maybe a little older or something where you can, and like I said, package, somebody and a second for Chase Claypool, like an older guy. I'm not saying like a Chris Godwin in a second. That's not right. But I think that's somebody you could get and may pay dividends this year. I think will definitely pay dividends in the future.
What about Jacoby Myers in a second? Is that too much? Yeah, maybe too much.
That's kind of on the line. It depends. It depends how you feel. Like Jacoby Myers was like really great, like first 6-7 weeks, but like New England as a whole with like Mac Jones and like it's just been kind of weird, I think.
And Mac Jones was out too, and Mac Jones really likes him.
So if you're like I'm out on Jacoby Myers and somebody else is in, I would just send Myers Claypool swap first before I start throwing in a package deal there. But I think that's kind of dancing the line.
You know what I think?
Anyone else?
I want to hear
say
Adrian
about Claypool.
You know what I think? I think Pickle is a closet Bears fan.
And next week his target's
Just
gonna be
he
David
just likes
Montgomery.
good players like
He had Mooney, Fields.
Mooney, Claypool.
Next week,
But
Monty.
who
Closet
doesn't like
Bears fan.
Fields?
Yep. And then
Adrian
Cole
does not like
Kmet to round out
Fields.
the year.
I know.
Yeah,
do not.
Cole Kmet. I love Cole Kmet. I just hate the Packers. I'll root for everybody in the NFC North except the Packers. I cannot stand the Packers.
Nice.
I like Claypool as a buy low candidate. I don't love him for the rest of this year, but I'm with Mitch. I think the Bears are finally starting to build an offense around Fields, and he's got the potential to be that first target, I think. So he's worth taking a shot on if you're kind of rebuilding, in my opinion.
And Fields needs that guy close to the line of scrimmage.
Big guy too.
Big boy.
Not-
Great yak
Big
kind of
beefy
guy.
boy.
He can run over a linebacker. I think every team needs a Claypool type. And Fields might just be looking towards the line of scrimmage, while he's still getting comfortable. If he's not going to run, I like Claypool a lot too. Justin, who you got?
I am making the same mistake most people make every year, and I'm saying to trade away Derrick Henry if you're not contending. I mean, it's got to fall off one day, right? 1 year has to be his last year. He's playing really well again this year. His value is what we assume is as high as it'll ever be again. And it's, if your team's bad, which is possible because he got off to kind of a slow start. And in these salary cap leagues we play in, his salary is pretty expensive, so it's hard to build a team around him. If you're not looking to make the playoffs, I'm trying to sell him this year because next year you might not get anything. Even if it means this year, we've talked about this before, but maybe quote unquote losing the trade right now to win it long term because getting value for him, even if it's a little under what you want now, is better than getting nothing for him next year or in the off season.
I think next
So I'm trying to trade
year
away Derrick Henry.
he'll still be fine.
That,
Wanna be
yeah, most likely.
20
And he'll
But the
probably be
year
fine
after-
at 46.
The year after, he's turning 30, and we all know what happens to running backs when they hit 30.
It's,
Well, we
I
thought
mean,
that
Kinda
was
goes-
26, but
it's, yeah, it's like 26, 27 for the normal person. Derrick Henry's not the normal person.
yeah.
Bingo.
So that's why I say I'm, probably wrong. Everyone's made this mistake saying to sell Henry, but
I mean, if you could sell him,
think
if
now's
somebody,
finally
if
the
somebody's gonna throw you a first round pick straight up, are you gonna take that? Like a
yeah, I
108?
would sell him first. Yeah, I would sell him for first if I
109.
had him.
So you'd sell Derrick Henry for a first if you were rebuilding?
If I'm
For
not contending,
109?
yeah, I would.
Okay, so he can be had. Yeah,
I don't
it's
have
tough.
it.
It-
Yeah, unfortunately.
The problem is the Henry owners probably, as you and I both know, at least one Henry owner is not gonna take that deal.
Well, and then
Yeah,
if you're
let's
gonna
see,
trade,
Henry's under contract this year and one more year as well, so that's more to look at
it would also be
as
probably
far as
pretty
his future.
hard to move him for a straight up pick unless somebody just has so much calorie or salary space.
Right,
Right.
yeah, I was
I
selling.
could, I could, all right now trade for him in a couple of leagues straight up for a first.
So what about like a Khalil Herbert in a second? If you own Henry, is that something you're tempted by?
Not at
No.
all.
No,
What about so let's go higher and higher. Let's do a second. and We'll go higher up the running back scales till you're tempted.
Cam
I don't even know what's
Akers.
higher than Khalil Herbert. Yeah, gross. That's way lower. J.K. Dobbins in a second.
no, I don't like, my opinion on Dobbins.
Yeah.
I kind of,
Yeah.
I raped Jason on that trade and he still thinks he won that trade.
I think
He's
if
stubborn.
Dobbins is healthy, he will be he'll do good.
If he's healthy, when's he been healthy?
No, he hasn't been.
Next
This
year,
is his third year in the league and he's not been healthy.
sometimes it
dude's
just
never gonna
happens.
be
He had a
healthy.
decent first year. He had a
And
decent
I know
first year.
I said this before, but I thought Leonard Fournette would never be healthy. And then after a couple years of being just horrible, he just stayed healthy. If he
All right, I
can
got
do
more.
it,
I'm going up the rankings list. Sorry, just go ahead and finish. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're good.
So Miles Sanders in a second.
Mm-mm.
This
You
is
mean
tough because all these
We're
guys.
talking about rebuilding
AJ
team
Dillon in a
here.
second. Yeah, if you rebuild
No.
AJ Dillon in a
Mm-mm.
second.
no.
No, so
Did
I don't think
anyone
you can
watch
do
him
anything
play?
less
tough?
than a first in a rebuild. You are rebuilding, you need to make sure.
You're getting something, or at least a shot at something.
A
Yeah, top
second in my
piece.
leagues, at least in my leagues, most seconds aren't that great.
Yeah,
Or
fair.
best case, you're getting the 16th best rookie off the board.
Mhm.
You're kind of already playing in the dark.
You've
In
got to
my
It
either
makes it
get
tough to sell 'cause you
two,
really can't take less than a first.
you've got to get either two young guys with potential that haven't broke out yet. Or you've got to get a first and a guy
Geno
like
Smith.
that.
What about
Yes,
Dameon Pierce?
Judo.
What'd you say?
Gino.
He said, what about Damian Pierce?
A first and Geno Pierce. I mean, Geno Smith.
Gino
Lindsey
Pierce, the
Briggs
most
and
mobile
Pierce.
quarterback.
Damian Pierce is actually Damian Pierce is not going to be a holdout, probably.
No, he's not.
He'll be cheap. What about a 1-for-1 Damian Pierce for Henry?
Yeah, it's if you're rebuilding, I
I-
think you have to
I'd
take
flip-
that chance
take it.
probably.
So
Take a
look,
chance
Jeremy,
on
and this is good for everyone
Pierce
to
is
hear.
14 right now.
So he's
He'll be close.
he's dangerously close.
He's
So
only,
he could
he's
be-
only a touchdown behind a holdout.
yeah, but he could get hurt. I mean,
The top-
it's
is
got to
it-
be perfect.
It's
gotta
10,
be
right?
perfect. Not perfect.
10, yeah.
12.
Has he has
Oh,
Pierce
10,
had his
okay.
has Pierce had his bye week yet?
Yes.
Adrian?
Yes.
Yeah, it was week 6.
Okay, so he's really in the conversation for being a holdout.
Yeah.
If he's a touchdown
And he
away with a
could-
week
He
less.
could. There's still a bunch more buys though, starting this week. But here, That would be close. I'll give you this one in NFL. I'll just give you a peek behind the curtain. I was dealing with Jeremy. I was going to send Lance and James Robinson for Derrick Henry. Is that a no-go too? Would you guys flirt with that?
Trey
What did
Lance?
you?
I like
Trey
I
Lance.
like Lance. James Robinson is nothing to me, but I'm a hater. But I
Yeah.
like Trey
One
Lance.
QB
and
league?
I knowing Jeremy's team, he's desperate for a young quarterback, so I'd be tempted by it.
Also, Henry, and tell me what this is. Remind us, Zach. Henry he has 1 year left. So what happens to Henry at the end of the year? Is it straight to
Franchise
RFA?
tag him.
Either
can
franchise
franchise him.
tag or
If he
RFA.
can be, if he can be tagged, right? I'm not sure if he's been
He could,
tagged or not.
well, the only person that couldn't, let me look at Jeremy's. Jeremy could tag him 3
Jeremy
times.
could tag him.
3
okay.
times.
Oh, okay. So that was a deal. So what if it was just Lance for Henry in NDL?
He won't do it.
No, I'm just saying, because I love Robinson. Some people might not like him. I don't know what's not to like, but Robinson's with him. Robinson and Lance is actually on Taxi. Lance
Yeah,
is
he's
on
still on
Taxi. I don't know if that matters, but because I don't think Jeremy has his first. But
He has no picks next year.
oh, Jeremy has none, huh?
Maybe a
None
4th,
picks. Ouch.
unless he recently traded for one. I can't remember if he made a trade. Or
I
not.
don't think so. I don't think so. Good one, Justin. Anyone else about Justin's?
Let me give you 2 more names.
Okay.
What about a James White or
James what?
James White? I'm losing
James
names.
White.
Hold up. James Cook or Rashad White. There we go. Like one of those 2 plus. What would you need plus? Like, so those 2 young running backs who haven't
First
done
and a
anything yet.
second.
Yeah,
First
James
and
Cook.
a
I'm
second. They
gonna
don't
need
interest you at all?
a first and
Rashad White.
Yeah, I don't like. I was curious if either
Rashad-
one had interest.
Rashad White, I'm hopeful, but you're gonna need something. And honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, I think a first doesn't get Lance from me personally. So
You'd be
I'm
stupid.
looking.
I would
Mhm,
laugh in your
yeah.
face.
if you took
Yeah, no.
Lance, if you traded away Lance for a first,
Yeah.
You know, but I would. I
gotta
already told
go
him. I know.
try and
I
take
know
backs on
I'm
that trade.
I know I'm losing the trade in my opinion because Henry's. I mean, Henry's just going to get more expensive for me next year
But
if I got it. But I'd be willing to do it because I kind of need to.
no, Henry. So Henry, in your case, same with my case, is a potential league winner.
Hmm.
Lose out on a trade.
Yeah, me
I'm-
too. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I'm not saying like get your ass kicked in the trade, but get punched in the face a couple of times and you're fine because
And
you're
I'm
gonna walk
willing
away.
to-
trades to win wars.
My compensating factors is I have Burrow, James Robinson. I love him. Adrian loves him. Some people. I mean, Justin just said he didn't like him.
I hate
He's
him.
0 to, or pickle.
So does
Um,
Justin. We both do.
Really? God. Jesus,
And
what a jerk.
Pickle never misses. So remember that.
True that. Hey Zach, did you have one more, Justin, that you were gonna say? Or was that James White, huh?
That's it.
Zach, did you have a trade away guy, or was it just us?
My trade away guy isn't really a guy. It's kind of like what you've all been saying. If you're not competing, you have a need or a couple of needs at a position and you're stacked at another position. You have to move 1 or 2 guys and get future picks or get 2 young guys that have potential in your positions of need.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless
Especially
of
running backs.
running
Mhm.
backs for sure. I know we're kind of like really hitting in on this point, but not just in this league, but in other leagues. You've got to be willing to trade away a stud if you're not competing. Like, you could use my GA team, for example. I've got a plethora of wide receivers. I'm set at picks. I've got my quarterbacks on my Taxi
Taxi.
that I'm gonna promote next year. I'm sitting on, Singletary and Elliott. I don't, in my position, I don't really need to make a trade. But if I'm going to trade something, that's where I'm gonna trade because I'm just stacked at wide receiver. I could probably trade 2 wide receivers and still be fine for next year.
So it's more of a positional thing you're saying.
Yeah, so I would say running backs more so than anything, just because their shelf life is much shorter than any other position.
So if you're,
And just quarterback, I'm gonna repeat it until you guys are probably already tired of hearing me repeat it. I don't care if it's a 1 quarterback league in my leagues. Quarterbacks are the most important position. You need a stud. If you want to win the leagues, you need a stud quarterback. That's
Yeah, I've
why
lost enough.
I draft quarterbacks almost every year in the second half of the first round. I'll draft multiple quarterbacks. Look at my teams. Ironically, besides JB, the 2 quarterback superflex league that I have no quarterbacks in, I'm always set at quarterback in all my leagues. I just never had a top pick in JB, so I've never been able to draft those quarterbacks in JB.
You've tried hard to have a top pick in JB, but you didn't get there.
I can't out Tony.
No one can out Tony. I was going to ask this at the top of the show, but I did forget. What are the chances? What are the current odds on us getting a second Superflex league next year?
I'd say they're pretty decent chances.
Pretty decent chances.
Mhm.
I am excited, very excited. Now, hey, look, as you were saying, the first part of what you were saying, I'm going to go into my trade, guys. So I want you take a hard look at your roster. And if you are a playoff team and you know it, get ready to spend. My guy is Barkley and CMC. These are 2 best running backs out there. CMC and Barkley. It almost doesn't matter what it costs because you guys know valuation. You're not gonna, you're not gonna pickle it where you're just gonna blow your entire load on your guy. You gotta make sure you're smart with it, but spend. I'm gonna go in when we go into one of the leagues. I ended up getting one of these guys, and I spent up. I believe I did.
You've
You
got to
guys
have
will
a
say,
willing trade partner. I have tried.
Yep.
I have offered good offers. Some of you have seen some of the offers, very solid offers, and nothing, can't get it done.
you want
Well,
Barkley
John-
and GA?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm 2-8 or something like that.
For
Oh,
next
you'll get a
year.
nice pick.
I'm trying to up my draft pick, and I'm having a hard time with my insane wide receiver core.
And this is exactly why Barkley and CMC can be had, because he is on some teams that will not make the playoffs, or they know they're going to have to sell him because even if they made the playoffs, they're just not going to, they don't have what it takes. You're going to have to spend. But these guys, hey, there might be a Jeff Wilson out there. Jeff Wilson may be a league winner. Mostert could be a league winner. You know who probably is a league winner? CMC. The floor is there and the ceiling is there. Charles Barkley. Saquon Barkley as well. The floor is there. The ceiling is there. I would suggest F next year, F24. If it takes a couple firsts to get them, I think you got them for a good, fair price. I would spend 2 firsts, easy peasy. And it's 2 23rds is a little tougher for me. But I did today in one of my sleeper leagues. I traded away Barkley. I'm 4-5, not a great team. I took 223 firsts for Barkley straight up. Sent it away. He was like, how about 2? I was like, send it, smashed it. It was negotiations of about 1.5 minutes. I ended up buying one of these guys in NDL. I sent it. There was no negotiation. He said, sweet, he accepted, we moved on. That type of deal right there with that valuation, a 2 first, and I believe I sent more than a 2 first valuation. I sent more of a 3 first valuation for my guy. But I feel that both of those guys, and they can be had because there's no telling. Every owner out there knows that those guys, are they injury prone, or do they just get injured and they miss the whole season? No one knows. So if they're not going to make the playoffs, they will take that valuation typically, unless they're stupid, kind of. So that's my guy, CMC and Barkley. I know that's kind of a no duh, but go spend up. Next year is not promised to anyone. Just because you're playoff bound this year doesn't mean, I mean, look at some of these NDL leagues. Some of these guys have great squads and their guys are living on IR. And there's no promise to any of us to make the playoffs again. You guys are sniffing the playoffs, trade, make some trades, spend up, screw next year. Also use discretion. Anyone on that?
Like it.
Sweet.
Agree.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you're listening to this, I got Barkley and GA. My team blows. It's gonna blow for a couple years. I want to move him. Hit me up.
What valuation are you looking for? Is 2 firsts right
I'd t-
about right?
I'd take 2 firsts and try and weasel a second out of you.
Okay. And you know what? Going into week 10, we got buys. We got people dying to make the playoffs. People are going to mortgage the future. Let them. Ask for more. I think I bought my guy for a little bit more than I should have, but I really didn't want to hear it from the guy.
Your problem, Mitch,
Good guy, but
is Barkley's $80.
I was just about to
in
bring that
GA.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the guy that I
Most
bought.
teams that are contending
Oh, they're max.
cannot fit
No.
him on their roster without blowing up their team.
Somebody who's got a I don't know. Somebody
need
who's
like a
got
hurt,
like somebody who's
high
got like
salary guy.
somebody who's got like Calvin Ridley just sitting there and they're like, trying to get that wild card spot. You move him and some other overpriced old guy, Michael Thomas.
Listen, in JB, Barkley 79, super tough. But you in GA 32 NFL, 80 is not bad. It's high. It's
GA is still
flipping high.
hard because it's still a new enough league. It's
I
easier than
got-
JB though.
My guy was $80. It was GA. And I fit him decently easy. So listen, who's going first? Adrian, how about you go first? What league you got?
I have a GA.
Oh, good. We'll talk about it. So listen, let's keep this to 6-7 minutes. Just what we're looking at
Yeah, it's
is
gonna be
like
fast.
I did. I got like one guy in each division who I thought make a trade, just trying to promote them, get their name out there, hopefully light a fire. And if it's not talking to this guy because he's not listening to the show, maybe someone out there, it's helping them in a different way. So who you got, Adrian?
Say that again.
What you got? You can
league.
just start. You go on with GA.
Yeah. So,
Anyone want to pop that on the screen in case we want to look at stuff?
Yeah. What do you want, Adrian?
GA.
I guess standings.
Do you want standings?
While you're looking and sorting through your shit, this is the league I did it in. I ended up trading away Swift at $15 and my 23 first for CMC. I felt I had to do it. I have Chubb, I have Swift and Jamal Williams. I needed to do something. I needed to make a splash. I got they're very top heavy divisions. KC, I think that's KC. Yeah, KC 12-0 in the Lions. The rest of the league, the rest of the division 5-7. I'm at 10-2, but my PF is only 1,100. My PA's was super concerning. I don't care about my 10-2 record. It's a joke. because my PA is 832. Well, everyone else is at 1,050 and above. NFC East.
Joe has won leagues with that.
Oh, I'm sure it could. I'm not leaving it to chance. I'm not trying to. Do I start Swift? Do I start Jamal Williams? I'm going to start the running back for the San Francisco 49ers. So it cost me Swift and a first. Swift and a first for CMC. What do you guys think?
I think you moved Swift at a good time. I
You
like
said
that.
you did that already?
It's done. I just have to. He has to.
Hold
I
on.
have to. I have to shed something tomorrow. It's already an approval for
Yeah.
commissioner.
Okay. I was gonna say, I didn't see that.
No, it hasn't processed yet. That's why I wasn't. Yeah,
You
that's
traded
fine.
Madison as well.
Oh, and I traded Madison for Everett.
So that was with the Panthers, that deal.
I traded Madison to the Dalvin guy. I wanted Gerald Everett. That was kind of a dangerous move. I was going to just drop him and hope to get him back, or hope anyone else but Casey and the 12-0 Lions, who has Dalvin, got him. But I wanted another tight end.
We also have Wes trading a third, which I can't process yet. I'm gonna check the future payments, but Wes Pittsburgh trading a third to Jim Denver for Andy Dalton.
Gross.
Well, he has
So-
both of his quarterbacks are on bye this week.
I
Hope he
guess
don't
I gotta
start
know.
some, right?
So here, I think he didn't push Wes hard enough. When you have an owner that's in desperate need, we're talking about desperate need here, that is in the playoff hunt, in the hunt for the division, you don't take a third round pick in a trade. You gotta
I think
get a
that just.
second.
I
You've
think the
gotta make them pay a
justification
little
is
bit.
when is Dalton even starting each week? You know, I mean, how much can you actually get for Dalton when he's not really even supposed to be the starter?
Oh, I get that, but you've got a guy that is literally fighting for his division. He's a game back with no quarterbacks this week.
And he
You've
got him
gotta
for
get
free.
a second.
I mean,
Yeah.
You've got to get a second out of him.
I
Or
see what
at
you're
least
saying, but then
trading
again, if you're
trading Dalton in a third for a second.
Mhm.
yeah, if
I
you're
can see it.
if you're trading for the quarterback in the scenario, the guy's strong ball, and you're just like, fine, I'll just go get Jacoby Brissett. Like, what do I care if it's
But
Dalton or Brissett?
you still have
I
to
don't
have
think you
another owner
have
to
too
play
much
ball.
room to negotiate on either.
No, the Brissett owner is not going to, give away Brissett for a third.
I'm weighing. If I own Brissett, I'm trying to get rid of him before Watson comes back. 'Cause then
I'd
it's
take a
worth
third. I'd take a
Yeah.
third. Watson's coming back week 11,
Yeah,
maybe 12
Brissett's
at the
not gonna be
latest.
relevant.
Brissett's trash.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of quarterbacks where it's like, whatever. If I can get anything for him, I'm just going to get rid of him.
And just pray you
But
accidentally hit.
like you said, if you can get more and get the second and strong arm him, that's good. But
and
there's
who
always
knows?
the
There
risk that
might
you
have,
can just take his business elsewhere.
and they might have been negotiating. He just said, F it. But all right, Adrian, what you got,
Yeah,
brother?
so I'll make this real quick because I'm into my 6 to 7 minutes. So pretty easy. I mean, on the NFC side, I mean, KC pretty much has it locked up. Jason, I think you pretty much have that locked up in the
You're saying
NFC South.
Casey. I keep thinking you're talking about Kansas City.
Mhm.
KC, yeah. And then
Mhm.
Jason pretty much has it locked up in the NFC East, if we're looking at NFC. And then the only close one is the NFC West. We have Braxton at 10-2 and Mache at 9-3. And actually Mache made a move, I think a couple weeks ago to kind of help him out. I think he acquired a running back, which helped him, I think,
Derrick
Oh, he
Henry.
did.
Henry, yeah,
Uh-huh.
which helped him compete. So he made a move. And, this is kind of what we preach. If you want to compete and you think you might have a chance, you got to make a move. And I think he was a couple games behind, maybe 3 games behind Braxton at one point. And now look,
Mm.
they're They're neck and neck, 10 and
And
2 and
that's-
9 and 3.
That's a great trade.
Yeah,
That's a great trade. I like Gibson. Gibson's a good running back.
I don't.
I like Gibson.
I think he
I
got
like
Henry
Gibson.
fairly cheap there.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think it's a bit cheap, but that's the kind of, if you're rebuilding, get the first and get a player with a chance of doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I think,
And
I
he
think
freed
Yeah,
up a ton
exactly.
of
I mean,
cap.
everybody wins that trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that trade. He freed
Yeah.
up a ton of cap. That's a big deal.
So AFC North is a lot closer. So we got some teams that are neck and neck. In AFC North, I mean, they're all kind of one game behind each other from
Yeah.
the top to the bottom. So it might be a little bit hard for Jake to make, I mean, to make
He's
it.
0-3 in the division right now, even if
Yeah.
he sweeps the division and wins
It's gonna be
out.
hard. Yeah.
It's, and even Ash at 1-2 in the division, that's a lot of tiebreakers he's losing. I don't
And
think
Ash
he has
just
a shot.
traded, he traded away, well, he traded for somebody and traded away some pieces, so it looks like Ash is not competing. I think he got, I mean, he made a good trade for next year, Javonte Williams, but he gave up Christian Kirk, so that's not gonna help his team going this year. So I think he probably saw the writing on the wall. AFC South, I
Damn,
know
he got
Dan,
Javante cheap.
yeah.
God, what the fuck?
We got Dan
You-
Pierce, and we'll look at the trades last week, after this here in a second, but,
Mhm.
yeah, so I know, Dan Pierce is at 9 and 3. Brian is at 8 and 4, right behind him. I know his division record is not as good, but he actually made some moves that we'll look at,
Yes, he
to
did.
try to help him. AFC East, we have Ryan Trim, who's battling with Joe at 7 and 5 and 6 and 6. So that one's kind of neck and neck. Joe hasn't made any trades that I saw. So that one's going to be close. It was at one point, I mean, we were kind of trying to figure out who was going to take the lead in this division, but it looks like it's definitely separating. So we have Renee and Mitch down at the bottom, which of course we know they're in
I-
a rebuild year. So
I don't
I
think
have-
Joe has a shot at winning the division, to be honest.
I-
If you
I
just compare their two teams.
to,
Joe is being carried by
ooh,
Eckler, Jefferson, and Devontae Adams. That's his team.
Pretty good guys to be carried by, though. I'm
Yes.
gonna-
Yeah,
But when
Yeah.
you compare it to Ryan
Yeah,
with
sure.
Tua, Walker,
Mixon,
Mixon,
Oh
Even-
my
even-
God.
Waddle, St. Brown, Lockett,
even Jamal Williams.
Goddard. Like, I mean,
Oh my
yes.
God. Oh, that's a great team.
So that's why I think he's got the division locked up. Now anything can happen.
which would be nice.
Bad, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
a bad week, just one bad week is all it takes sometimes to knock you out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
Is that
I
Tony
just-
in the AFC West?
Yeah. And then Tony is pretty much got it locked up in AFC West. So
I mean, we got
Yeah.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
two
Yeah.
teams
Yeah, I'd
completely
say so.
tanking, and I think Rizzo's tanking too in a way.
yeah. You want to pull up the transactions for the past,
Yeah.
I think it's 8 days now, right?
Thanks for getting on that, Pickle.
Oh.
He is on it. You were on
He
it.
is.
So these are the trades we had. Like I said at the top. Who was it? Ryan?
Oh,
Brian.
yeah,
No,
that's
Brian.
Brian and
Bri-
Jim.
Yeah, Brian and Jim. They I don't know, I guess they made trades back to back. Or maybe
So
they
I-
forgot something or what?
No.
I saw him. He said he sent them both and didn't expect him to accept them
Yeah.
both.
Oh.
He was just trying to get
Oh.
a quarterback, and he'd have taken both offers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he messaged me after they were accepted. It's like, I don't know if, you know, what the rules are or whatever. You know, for those of you that don't know, once the trade's accepted, it is accepted. It doesn't matter if you're 400 over the cap, you have to figure out how to get the trade to work. And you have 24 hours to do it.
So wait,
What happens after 24 hours?
If you're
You
refusing
explode, I
to do
think.
it, I mean, that at that point,
Do you go in and just drop players till they're under
yeah,
salary? Or
I
they
will,
start with the highest salary player and just
I will go with, what I will do is like, say you're
break
15
necks
over the
and
cap.
cash checks?
I will find the worst $15 worth of players based on points and drop them.
So
did he not try to go back to his trade partner and reverse it?
He was okay. He preferred not, but he seemed like he was okay with it. And I think he needed 2 quarterbacks anyways.
So
Wait, you
he
got-
gave
The first one that was
Lawrence
a first
first
one
and a
accepted
second
was Trevor
for
Lawrence.
Jimmy and Dak and Devonta Smith.
Yeah, it's not bad.
it's not terrible.
Yeah, it's honestly not terrible. Like you could,
Lawrence a
the
first and
Jimmy's
second.
unnecessary, but. I mean,
I mean, Dak
Lawrence is
and
pretty
Devontae.
disappointing so far. Lawrence
But
and
it
Dak,
is
I'd rather
sucky. Yeah.
have Lawrence so far, but it's not that far off. And then Devonta for a first is probably about right.
Yeah. Who else we got, Adrian?
You said you'd rather have Lawrence than Dak?
No, I said I'd rather.
You said
Oh,
that,
yeah,
but that's
if
not
I'm
what you
not-
meant.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, and then we had Mike Ramos trade with, was that Tony?
Yeah.
The Tony got Conklin and a second and gave up Isaiah Likely. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it was
It's-
probably a
it's
Mark
just a eh.
Andrews guy.
Yeah, and I guess Tony was
Yeah,
trying to get some picks,
Again,
probably.
Well,
'cause
he
likes
won
getting
that
picks.
trade. That
Yeah.
was an amazing trade. He just got a free Conklin and second for Likely, who's never going to amount to anything as soon as Andrews comes back.
He has Andrews.
Yeah, I know.
And that's why I think he did it. He overpaid
Well, I mean,
for,
like, did you need Conklin and a second? Lordy.
he might have just sent it. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, true. You're right.
These guys, some of these guys, and like,
It-
I don't know, like
Jason,
some,
that's how my trade with you went today.
Which one?
And Jake's new
Oh,
league. Jason sent you a trade
oh,
offer
yeah.
and you took it. It's like, oh, nice, we traded.
Yeah, no, that was quick. You
I was
needed a guy.
I always get
We
nervous when
got
that
it.
happes.
I didn't even
like,
know
oh, I
Jason was
messed up.
sending a trade offer because I
Well,
co-own it
you
with.
said
Jason K.
Lawrence. Yeah, you said Lawrence in a first for a guy I knew you would want Burrow over
Yeah.
Herbert. Probably the salaries worked out, and then you added Algier.
Yeah, no.
I would have done it without Algier. But
I know Jason
Algier
hates
to-
Algier. He's been trying to trade him all week.
yeah, it was kind of just gravy to me. I like Algier. He's been
I do
doing
too.
pretty
I'm still on
well.
him.
Yeah. So I mean, it
It's all-
definitely helped me smash.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the James Robinson effect. If he can survive the draft next year, he'll be solid.
Yeah, I think so. He's worth it. We're seeing that RBs don't matter that much unless you have a elite one. But all right, that's GA. Pickle.
Yeah. we're good.
Let's go to you, Pickle. You're good, Adrian.
Yep, we're good.
Okie dokie.
Not a whole lot's changed in 32. If you look in the NFC here, you've got Joe and Adrian. I think this is division winner and probably the first wild card. And these other two guys aren't even close. We'll come back to NFC South in just a second. NFC East, same kind of picture. You got your division winner and your second wild card probably. I'm not sure. Brandon, I don't know. This is a tough division down here in the NFC West, and he's already 1-2 in that division. I just think it's going to be kind of tough down the stretch to outpace John, who's going to have 2 pretty much gimme wins.
he is 7-2 in the conference though, and he's putting up more points.
Just
It's
barely.
it's definitely gonna come down to, oh, it is just barely. I thought, no, that's
Yeah,
107
I mean, that's 10,
points.
it's 10 points a week. 12 points a week.
So
I don't know. Some of that could also be like who's got bye weeks. He's got a lot of week 14 buys. This is gonna not end well.
it's definitely gonna come down to,
Oh, That's rough.
But he's also
it's
got, I
sad.
mean, he's got Justin Fields out week 14, Terry McLaurin, the Atlanta Falcons defense. That's gonna be close, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean with John right now. I think he's just gonna have an easier walk to the end of the regular season. Like I said, his conference or his division is just kind of garbage. So I think he'll have to pretty much hand me over wins.
Mhm.
Personally. But don't, fight the good fight, Brandon. You're still in it. There's even a world where you win your division.
time.
So
Big time.
that's the NFC, and that's pretty much what we've seen all year long. I really thought that Dave was going to be a much better team because his points for tells a different story than his record, like a way different story. I mean, he has 200 more points than Kevin, but they have the same record.
But look at his PA.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude just gets absolutely lambasted every week.
Hmm.
Like I thought that would change. I thought like I was like, well, nobody can just keep scoring that many points against you week in and week out. That's been the biggest surprise for me is Dave just continued to stay mediocre as far as his win-loss. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's a
I think-
brutal schedule.
I guess we said we'd come back to NFC South. Anybody could win. 3 of these teams could win this division still. It's still very much up in the air. You look at these division win-loss stuff. Todd, you're going to lose some tiebreakers if you have the same record. So you really need to win out. Would not be a bad idea for any 3 of these teams to make trades to just kind of make that push. All of them have abysmal points for. So you're going to make the push. You're going to get in the playoffs and you'll lose first round. So
I have a
Even-
feeling
Have you heard from the Carolina guy?
that these
oh, what the heck?
3 guys don't think they can win the league.
So they're
So I don't
trying
think
to.
they're going to.
Yeah, well, they're not. None of these teams are going to win the league. I mean,
Yeah.
none of you've cracked 1,000, and you got teams up here with 1,100, almost
Yeah.
1,200. You're not going to win the league. So whoever wants to get in the playoffs and make their money back.
I mean, Carolina right now, if he has his pick, is at the number 2 pick. So I wouldn't want to be making the playoffs if I'm him.
No, not
Tampa
at
Bay
all.
is the 3
They're not.
and
They're 3 and
Atlanta's the
9. I mean,
4. Honestly, I would just let Todd have the division.
there you go.
I mean, if I had those teams and I have my pick, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, don't sacrifice the 104 just to. Yeah.
Right.
No, it's a good point.
For $80 or $90 or whatever wild
Mhm.
card
Yeah.
losses.
In the AFC, Cole, he's kind of had a good handle on the AFC North for a while. I was talking to James. He was, I don't know what he was like. I don't know. There's really no way you're 6-6. You're not. There's 2 other teams,
think-
3 other teams in front of you for wild card. Like you're not gonna cut
No,
it.
he's not. I
Um,
think at one point he thought he could catch Cole.
I
on the
know he.
division.
I know he doesn't listen to the podcast, so he asked if I trash talk his team. So I got to make sure that I do. Team blows, and so do you. Braxton
Personal.
actually sent me a trade today, and I was really
Oh.
surprised because it involved his 2nd round pick for next year. I was like, that's weird.
Was he trying to give you Brees Hall?
Brees Hall, yeah. He's really out on Brees Hall right now, and I was like, I not sure how to think about this.
Oh my god, I want Brees Hall.
Well, that's why I was like, should I try and get Brees Hall from Braxton? That was kind of interesting.
He
AFC South,
loves Brees Hall, but I think what he's doing is going for the wide receiver versus the running back
Yeah.
because I don't think even next year he's got it. So I don't
Yeah.
think he's competing next year. He's more 2 years away probably. And I'd be
That's-
looking at wide receivers.
Yeah, that's the exact kind of offer he sent me. It was centered around Brees for Garrett Wilson.
mine was
See,
Brees
and
for
that's-
Drake London
There you go.
with
He's
with
looking at
picks
wide
and such.
receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AFC South, this is kind of an interesting picture.
God,
Who-
Jason, what the hell?
Who wants to make the playoffs and lose in the first round? I mean, take your pick.
Oh, look at my
Um,
team. Look at the Colt 45s.
I need this team. I love that picture.
Isn't that dope?
This
know who
team
did it,
is a
but-
team that I need to lose bad because I have their 2nd round pick for next year.
That's
And
Jason.
so
Yeah,
sorry, Jason.
I have.
I'm rooting against you.
I don't know if
This
I have
guy-
my first even.
This guy's killing you. Right
Oh
here.
well, I wouldn't. I wasn't who did I have? Oh, Fant. I've always been hurting at tight end, but
All these guys, I mean, they're just, yeah, it's whatever. They're all the same.
AJ Brown, Higgins, Chubb, Derrick Henry.
This might
and
start paying
Lamar.
off for you.
It might, but I mean, start 7. You got Lamar, Chubb, Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, Higgins. I've got Jacksonville's. They
doesn't
got a
even-
good DST.
It doesn't even matter after those 5. That's pretty solid.
There is no more room for wide receivers at that point.
Yeah, I mean, that's really good. I don't know why you have this guy at $72.
It's a long story.
Drop
But I could really use a tight end. I threw two first round picks for Pitts a couple months ago or a month ago or whatever.
I got Noah
But-
Fant. You could trade back for him.
I'm good. Hayden Hurst has been fine. I haven't been losing because of the tight end position. It just hasn't been helping me.
You should part with AJ Brown.
Yeah, for $9, I'll take him off your hands.
Well, he's gonna be a holdout.
You know, he sure
I'll
should
still,
be.
I'll
Yeah,
still take him.
I hope
And,
so. Hopefully he stays healthy. That'd be
Let's
great.
see, what is he the number 1 right now? He's gonna be
No.
like probably the 2nd or 3rd.
Player
That's why I
stats.
never extended him because and he's only got 1 year left because I figured he'd be a holdout and it wouldn't cost me as much.
Yeah.
It's
It's-
gonna cost you.
There's an interesting division here. I think anybody can win this division. I don't think it's obviously Renee is sitting in a better spot with tiebreakers with the division 3-0. So
I just
but
gotta
the
have
point-
to
what are
beat
the
her on
points for?
record.
yeah,
Yeah, that's weird.
yeah. Not a lot of points in this
The
division.
PA is similar, but the points for is I don't know.
You just
AFC
kind of
East.
you just get unlucky. I mean, really, you're looking yeah, average, that's a lot, but the PA 3. In the
Yeah.
AFC East, this is Tim all the way. I've been rooting against Zach because somebody told me that's what we're supposed to do. But it's looking like Zach will probably take that second wild card, which he did call 3 weeks ago, I think, and was like, "You're wrong. I'm gonna grab it." And I think Ash and Zach will probably be the 2 wild cards in the AFC. Carmen, you're not out of it.
Ash is gonna win the division.
Yeah, maybe.
No, he will. They play this week. That's gonna decide the division.
Yeah.
Unless I can somehow knock off,
What's this? Is this week 10?
Yeah, this is week 10.
So he's missing Mark Andrews. That's
Which
and-
hasn't
and-
been
and-
really
and
missing
Burrow.
anybody right now.
They're starting Tua.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then what's Dan got this week? And nobody's on bye, so he can pick whatever. It'll be a good match.
Josh
Uh,
Allen might not.
Josh
play.
Allen, right?
Oh yeah, that would be kind of a seal your fate.
Mhm.
Anybody he can promote for some last minute points? Nope. So that's probably a matchup to watch to see, but it doesn't matter. They're both gonna make the playoffs, and then Zach will probably follow suit out of that, which is kind of neat. 3 of your 4 teams in the division make the playoffs.
Which happens a
wild.
lot with this division.
So that's kind of it. We had 2 trades in the last 8 days here. So we'll take a quick look at those. And this is between Dave and Adrian. Adrian, I think, I don't know. We
I
were just
don't know.
trying.
He sent it to me, so I was just like, okay.
Sure. I don't know.
Whatever.
Seems.
I'm kind of confused on it too. So I was like,
No need to.
Yeah.
We don't need to click on any of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't need, I
That's
don't,
kind of
didn't
odd.
need it, any of them.
Julio
So
for Landry.
Yeah.
Sure,
for
sure. I
Julio.
guess trade because you're
Next
bored.
one. That
Pretty
next
lateral.
one's sexy though.
This next one's kind of interesting. Renee kind of talked to me about getting, because I was trying to shop Boyd, and she's like, "Well, I really want more," and we kind of settled on Deontay Johnson and a 24 first for Boyd and more. I'm in a rebuilding. Renee's trying to win right now. She's in the division with
Me.
Jason there. So DJ Moore and Tyler Boyd put up absolute duds this week, so that was perfectly timed.
How did Deontay do?
Deontay Johnson
Probably about the same.
didn't
Duddy.
play.
Dang, when she wants someone, she is not afraid to spend up because she spent up. She
it is-
spent.
Yeah,
She spent.
I was pretty happy with this because I look at this team and I don't see them being successful in 2 years. Zeke, who knows what's going on here? You might be flipping a coin, starting the wrong one every week.
I
Um,
know.
But it's nice to
Between
have both her
Swift-
handcuffs.
Swift
mean-
and Williams.
You can't start all four, so
Does she have her first next year?
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure how to
chance.
see
She
that.
doesn't
I,
look
I
good.
don't think she
Passes.
does,
I
but
love
It
it.
doesn't matter. She doesn't.
So I like this because I think this 24 first, I think halfway through next season, she's not winning, time to punt. I think that 24 first. could
Oh,
end up
she's
being-
not punting.
She doesn't know what punt is.
I gotta learn
She
how to do that.
wins.
But I really like that trade. I love DJ Moore. I was really happy to get DJ Moore from
me,
you, Zach. What ended up happening is I ended up trading Tyler Lockett and Tyler Boyd for Deontay Johnson, a 24 first and a 23 second. And DJ Moore made a shuffle in there, which this is why I accepted
Hmm.
the trade because I was like, that's actually amazing.
I like your side a lot.
so Braxton needs to be rooting against Renee.
I'm also rooting
Got her
against Renee.
first or what?
Because Renee has currently the 6th overall pick. Jason, if
Wow,
you miss the
and leading.
playoffs, you're the 9th overall pick. Just lock it in if you miss the
I don't-
playoffs.
I think I have my first still.
Because
I'm
you're
very
third
willing
in
to
potential points, third highest potential points.
I just want to see something. I know you guys are pretty sure on this. What's her name? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is all she's got for picks.
Yeah,
So there's nothing there. I'm
there will be far fewer
I'm putting
soon.
my stock in the second round next year. You know, those dart
Not
I'd
throws.
be,
bad.
I'd be comboing those for a first.
4 seconds for a first.
I wouldn't,
It
I don't know
might
if I do
take
them
all
all.
four. Might
But,
take it.
But there's the AFC, or I mean, there's 32, kind of same story we've seen
Yeah.
all year. Some really, really good teams in here. So it should be a fun playoffs. I don't
Nice.
have NFL here, but I can pull up JB.
You guys can talk about, or I can do JB, sure. Let me go ahead and go into JB. I've made my peace with JB. This is how my piece sounds. I'm just gonna let go and let God. I don't know what else to do. I can't get Barkley from John. Not exactly sure what's going to be happening with. I mean, the trade partners are really few in JB. It's a very bizarre type of league. Tight on budget. I'm trying to get Barkley from John. It's just not happening. I'm willing to overpay, and he's still fighting. So NFC North. The North is super tight, as you can see. None of them can stop fighting. Mache and the Lions this week go up against Nate and the Bears. Cole and the Vikings play Casey's Packers. So none of them can lose. It's still up for grabs. I mean, Nate probably not in it. Whereas Nate's but maybe so. But maybe so. I don't know. Mache was on fire, or is that Mache?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's taken some L's. So Mache and Nate both are going to be at full strength. Casey thankfully has no buys. Looks like Cole is going to be without Jacoby Myers and Higgins. So looks like,
Could go either way.
yeah, I mean, Casey.
Mache's got the tiebreakers right now.
Mhm.
But if you're looking at just this week's matchup, Casey scored more points. It's only 5, so it's not much, but
I mean, Casey and the Packers could leapfrog, becoming 7-6, Nate's Bears, and then I mean it's just going to stay tight the whole time. So NFC North, don't stop fighting. I'd make some trades, guys, and I'm not seeing any trades really out of the NFC.
I've been trying to move Tyreek Hill for weeks.
I don't know
nobody
how
wants it.
someone's not. What's Tyreek Hill? Guys, listen up.
It's like
What's
6,
Tyreek's?
57.
What's his?
60.
It's
Which is a
that's
lot,
tough.
But
That's
I mean,
tough.
look at these. Look at this. This could be going on someone's
Oh.
winning roster.
Bro,
wants
someone's got to be shedding 2 or 3 players to grab Tyreek's points. So NFC South, James in Atlanta. I'd really look at selling Patterson. Cordell Patterson. $25. He could be. You could sell him for a second round pick, James. That's who I would look. I
He
know
loves
caps are
him, though.
tight in JP. I know you know what. You got to take emotion out of it. Like I was telling John earlier, he said he wasn't emotionally trading, but he also called Russ Wilson most overrated quarterback, which
Some emotional names.
He's right.
yeah. Most overrated? The most overrated?
Right
Next
now,
to Hurts.
the last shut your mouth. The last
And Hurts.
18 months, probably.
There's just no way that he's overrated.
The last
I don't
18
think
months.
anyone's over. I don't think anyone's ever overrated him because we've always known that he's a two halves kind of quarterback. So anyone overrating him is not watching football. But James,
A lot.
sell Patterson. Your
Chris.
team
He's not
fucking
gonna listen.
sucks.
If you watch this, go and buy Tyreek Hill.
Please God.
I know
Someone
you're
needs
11-1, but Tyreek Hill is a league winner for you.
Who's that?
How
Chris,
isn't he?
Arizona.
Well, anybody in the NFC
Let's
South.
look up
or
his
even-
salary. Who can you dump?
He can dump David Montgomery.
Yep.
Not dumping Cup, that's for sure.
Wait, just David Montgomery and
Who else was I looking at?
Evan Ingram could go. There's another 10, 12.
Yeah, Evan Ingram.
And Derek
Evan
Carr,
Ingram's
boom, right
got
there.
no
There's
wiggle
30
room.
bucks or 60 bucks.
He could get rid of Evan Ingram and Cole Kmet. They're $17. Pick up a tight
Derek
end for
Carr.
$1. Derek Carr gone.
27.
Mac Jones needs. Well, dang, it's super flex, huh? That
Yeah, it's tough.
that-
It's close.
That's
It
tough.
could be hard.
I mean, Taylor Heineke.
But he could
he's-
also package
him.
up James Robinson.
I would
He
move
can-
Derek Carr. I mean, I really, you guys all know how I feel about Derek Carr.
Yeah, but it doesn't
you
matter.
had such a good
Tyler
in the
week
building.
last week.
Heineke has value. Heineke, and he's
Love it.
Heineke. I mean, Heineke's got value in Superflex. So it is tough moving. It is tough moving a quarterback. I mean, if you're not, it's easier in Superflex in 2 quarterback leagues, but
Oh,
I mean,
nonetheless,
Curtis
it's-
Samuel, Cooper Cup, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill.
yeah,
Pretty
that's
good.
That's,
Chris,
mean,
if
You
you're
said
listening,
Curtis Samuel like he fits into the elite tier. and
No,
you weren't
but
gonna
I'm just saying,
notice,
like,
but
Samuel is solid. Although
Samuel's
he's on the
Samuel's
bye the
been
first week
solid.
of the playoffs.
which hurts.
He had,
I,
I'm gonna
this
go
is-
into NFC South.
this is
I
your
mean,
piece to move, Chris, right here. That's the
Oh
piece.
my God! If
Move
Chris,
him.
I don't know where
Get
he's
Hill.
been or what he does. I don't know
Now
what
we're getting carried away.
transactions he's made, but his roster looks like he hasn't done anything, and he's just kind of cruised into 11-1 record. Tim and the Saints, Barkley, $75. Tim and the Saints has no first round draft pick, if I'm remembering correctly. He could sell him for the equivalent of 2 first round draft pick valuation. Sell Barkley. Your team, it's not horrible, but it's not good.
who's buying Barkley at that salary? $80.
I would buy Barkley right now from John at $79. But I'm easy. I would buy him easy. And I'm at 297 cap. I would make room. Someone should make room. They're not valuing a league winning, amazing elite athlete. They're not valuing him. And Tim's probably not shopping him. Shop him. Tim, your team sucks bad. Also, I'd combo him up with Mills or Dalton. By the way, those are his quarterbacks. If no one's flashed in there, Mills and Dalton. What in the absolute heck? You got Ramondre next year. Walker, that's great. Build around those guys. They're not going to be holdout. Well, Ramondre might be a holdout.
He'll be
but
a holdout.
Yeah, he'll be. God dang, he's been
What?
good.
What? It's holdout top 10, top 15.
10, so
10.
10 quarterback, 10 running back, 15 receiver, 5 tight end.
Really,
So-
Stevenson's gonna be a top
Package
10
up-
QB or running back.
Oh yeah, look at these numbers.
Yeah,
mean,
those are pretty good.
Listen, take Barkley at $75, and include
Stevenson's at 8
Dalton
right now.
or Mills or both. Do something, Tim. Be better. That's NFC East. Nilo, Seahawks. Algier is $7, exactly who I would sell. As soon as you get a game out of him, which you already should have sold him, you sell him for a second. Boom. You automatically make profit. Maximize return while you can. Also, Elijah Mitchell. Sell him. He has any good week. You sell him for a second
Oh.
valuation
Shouldn't have shown
or
that.
that type of player. That's what I would sell him immediately. Also,
Why
Waller.
does he need to sell Elijah Mitchell though? Oh, well,
Why
CMC, never mind. That's why he needs to sell Elijah Mitchell.
Also, Waller. Waller does not belong on your squad. $19. He has
can
a
you-
big team.
Can you sell
Hmm.
Waller anymore? Is anybody really?
Not yet. Nope,
really
not
anybody-
yet.
Yeah,
If I had the
Waller's-
cap, I'd give you a third for Waller.
yeah. You can't sell. him.
Waller is the exact type of guy that at $19, 2023 rolls around and he's a top 5 tight end. Period. He's got the athleticism. He's not egregiously old. He's extremely strong. He's huge. He's arguably top 3 in talent, top 2 in talent at the tight end position. He's still got another couple years. He's just been hurt all year. You can move him for a second valuation. Easy. $19 is easy to fit. Get crazy. Package him up. Mitch, Superflex. This one hurts.
Hey, just real fast, when are we gonna start talking about Kittle like Waller?
Next year. Relax, okay?
We should have
The
been
dude's
already a couple years
29.
ago.
When's
Sounds
the
like he's
last
not
time he's
there.
put up a top 5 season?
Kittle,
like
it's-
Kittle
I
just
feel like it's
always
been 10
has
years
it. He
ago.
just- yeah, but people have been out-ish
The-
on
the thing-
Kittle for the last season and a half.
The thing about Kittle
Season.
too is like, he's just, I don't know. His potential keeps him around. Like, yeah, he's not crazy healthy, but like he also isn't used in the passing game hardly at all. So it's not that he's washed. He's just a pass blocker or a.
Yeah, he's
or
a great
he's
pass blocker.
Like that's
He's
what
so
he
good.
does. And so, like,
People
people, I
came
think,
along.
yeah. Well, and then they traded for CMC and Ayuk.
His
is kinda looking good, and-
salaries in
Yeah.
most of these leagues are like he's the number 1, number 2 tight end year in and year out.
I'm
He's
taking
got-
Waller over Kittle personally.
Oh,
And that's just because
that's disrespectful.
I'm banking on him not missing as many games as Kittle. That's what it comes down to. This year, it was rough for Waller. Last year, he got hurt a little bit. Drug addicts' bodies will break down a little bit quicker, and they won't heal as quick as the next guy. I don't know what Kittle's deal is, but it's really tough for him to stay healthy. Moving on.
You
Mitch,
were bringing this up.
Mitch, yes, thank you, sir. This one hurts. It's
Don't tell me
Jalen
to
Hurts.
trade Jalen Hurts.
It is. I know, buddy. But listen, he's $20 right now. I swear to God, you could get the equivalent of 3 first-round picks for him.
If somebody
You
came,
could.
if somebody offered me 3 first-round picks, I would have accepted it a while ago.
You have to go out and shop for him. Shop him. You could get a 23, a 24, and a player that might be on like a Dobbins, right? A 23, a 24, and Dobbins. That's what I'm looking at for someone like him. Or who else is on IR right now that we really like?
Why?
Yeah,
This is
I
a
don't like that
super
idea.
flex.
So,
If you have a
to
young
me,
stud quarterback,
to me, that's
So
why
you
I.
get a
You're bad.
quarterback. So you get a quarterback in return because they're look at this. I'll show you why. We got
That,
Pickett.
hold,
Okay,
stop
that's
for a
super
second.
cute.
And I
Look
can't
at
believe I'm
nope,
even saying
nope,
this
I'm
right
not
now.
done. Keep your mouth shut. Kamara. Okay, Kamara's $75. No telling how many games he's going to mix next year. So now you have Pollard. Then who do we have? Bateman. Very good. Tyreek Hill. Good. Now who? No one. I don't care
Metcalf.
how many. Who? Where? Oh, Metcalf. Oh, I love Metcalf. So we have Bateman, Tyreek Hill, and Metcalf. If you keep those, that's great. No wiggle room at the wide end position. We do not have a good tight end. I don't know. I'm not saying you even have a good running back right now because Kamara might not be. He might miss easy 6 games.
So you're
If
saying
there's a
you're saying like it's 2, 3 years. It's not next year. It's not the
Oh,
year after that.
I
no,
don't
no.
care.
3 years
Oh, no, no.
away.
correct.
You do not. You could have Hurts for the next 10 years in this league. You do not
Don't,
get rid of him.
don't. Yeah, you do.
He's gonna be a holdout, so
That's how-
you're gonna get
That's how
add
you
2
do
more
it.
years to him.
That's why you
He's gonna be a
sell him
holdout
now.
again potentially next year, so you get add 2 more years to him. You're gonna have him at like
Who cares?
$65
Nope, don't care.
for 8 years.
Don't care, because you need 3 good assets. At least the hope to get it. Remember, this is 12-team league. You need to turn that one great position player into 3 positions. That's what I'm saying. If you can get 2 firsts for him, probably not worth it right now in
Nope,
Superflex.
I wouldn't trade him for 2 firsts in Superflex. Not a
You
chance.
you would need something else. You would need like
That needs to be
Lawrence.
To
It
play
needs to be
devil's
like
advocate here.
Lawrence, and there doesn't need to be a devil's
No,
advocate.
no, no, no.
When you have,
I'm siding with you on this devil's advocate side. My team is a perfect
Carry on
example
then.
Where are you? I don't even know why I need to ask that.
as having a stacked team with no quarterbacks.
You can't win.
I know, I've been leading the division all year. All I need now is to grab that quarterback. Trying to further his point is getting deep and good at all the other positions.
And then add the
Won't-
quarterback later.
Yeah, so, you
But
know,
that's
Which is
not
the
devil's
hardest
My
advocate.
part
team
to
won't
add
win
in a
titles.
Superflex.
until I get my quarterback, but I've got it in place as soon as I get that quarterback.
So
If you would have played it right, you could have sold assets. In my opinion, Zach, if you would have sold assets, shored up a top 4 draft pick, you would have had a contender, a better chances to be a contender as all things created equal,
I have the
injuries,
number 3
whatever.
draft pick right now.
That's crazy, and you're leading the division or
Oh,
second.
no,
in
I
division.
lost it this week. If I miss the
Gotcha.
draft, if I miss the playoffs, I'm the number 3 overall pick right now.
but you're not gonna miss the playoffs.
Hey, take a look.
I
Mitch.
might, I might.
5 teams make it or
Listen,
5
hey, you
teams
know
make
who
it.
everyone should be scared of? Roy. Roy is going to usurp me. He's going to pass me. I will not be making the playoffs. I believe that Roy and Kyle make the wild card because Roy has Watson coming back, and he's got a good team. If Watson does 80% of what we think he can, he's got Cordero Patterson, DeAndre Swift, but with Jamal Williams. Okay. He's got Marcus Mariota. And he's got Kirk Cousins.
Well, I
he
really
does have
like that.
Marcus Mariota, but he has Watson. He's got Ayuk, who's been getting a ton of targets. He's got AJ Brown. He's got Amari Cooper. X out of that real quick. See how good
DJ
Ayuk's been
Moore.
doing? He's got DJ Moore. He's
Juju.
got Juju. And he's got Mark Andrews. This guy
And
has a
Cole Kmet.
great- Thank Christ. Here's the point. I'm fucking JB. God damn.
I'm not making the
not trying.
playoffs.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying anymore.
I take it
I'm
back,
gonna
Zach.
play
You're,
who I
you're
have.
done.
So this is why John smokes the pipe way too often, and he's fucking destroying logic.
I won't
Okay,
hear the John slander.
He's not making the playoffs. His team is not good. Okay, listen, Mitch, I'm going to focus in on
He's
you
the
again.
5th pick right now overall.
I'm trying to find John.
His
this
team
guy?
sucks.
Indy.
Helps.
Okay,
It's Indy.
just we're hating on
Mitchell.
this team real quick.
Pickle, I'm just going to say it one more time, real quick. Pickle, shop Hurts. Try to get 3 firsts. I think you can get it because Jalen Hurts is the man. Turn it into something good. Don't F it up if you sell him. I would sell him. If I have that team, I'm selling him.
Because
I'm
there's
selling
just
Tyreek.
so okay. This is the problem with JB for me. Is like I have been shopping Tyreek Hill all season.
You're doing it wrong.
Alvin Kamara is not
shop-
somebody you can shop because he's so
shop
expensive in
Hurts,
production.
Shop the combo pack of Hurts and Tyreek. $80 for 2 amazing producers. That's how you do it. $70 for 2 elites. That's what I would do.
And then
Your
you miss
team
on-
isn't. Your team, it would be lucky to compete
But-
in 24.
Right, but like who's got the draft or who's got the trade capital to send back for Hurts and Tyreek? I mean, like those are on their own league winners. Who's got 4 first round picks?
Because look, the NFC North all of those are trade candidates right there. So all of those four are people you should be reaching out to. NFC North,
The only
got
team that has
two teams
multiple
there.
first round picks for the NFC is Chicago Bears. He has the Saints
Doesn't-
pick and his pick.
Perfect.
So
And
nobody, I mean, like,
Nate'll trade.
so
And remember,
nobody's,
it doesn't. it
nobody can
doesn't
even
need to-
afford, not just
doesn't-
salary cap. They just can't afford the price
doesn't-
tag.
Yes, they can. You don't need 3 firsts. You need the valuation of 3 firsts. Okay,
So-
Well,
that's
like
what you're
5
looking
now,
for.
you're doing Tyreek as well.
What was that?
That's right. That's right.
Trading
Look
Tyreek
at-
as well,
hey-
you need like 5 firsts. In
Hey,
fact.
London is not doing anyone any favors this year. Look at the London owner. Look at Lawrence. Lawrence is good.
Mitch, I say
but
don't
he's
do
not,
it.
He's not melting faces. Hey, Mitch, start shopping and then go into our podcast channel and just like
See what
clear it
happens.
with all of it. Yeah, dude, you've got a ton of people that could end up at least negotiating. That's what
Right.
I would do personally.
See what's
So-
out there. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I definitely
Good.
think you should trade Hill. Try to get Chris to buy Hill.
Which one's Chris? now?
Hill at
Arizona.
60. Hill at 60 is tough. Hill and Hertz for 80 is that sexy. Look at who's got Lawrence.
It's
Find
it's
out
Mache.
who's got. Find out who's got. Who else are we looking at?
You said
Tua.
London.
Okay, Lawrence, Dak, Russ, Bears.
Oh, Chris says London. Yeah.
Go get
What about
Justin
Tampa-
Fields.
What about Tampa Bay? Tampa
I
Bay,
thought about
they
trying to
were-
make a trade for Fields.
Yeah,
Um,
but he's doing too well right now.
yeah,
There's
which is
just-
why I was like, there's no way. And
Tampa Bay has
with
Josh
super
Allen.
flex, so with super flex, if somebody's got 2 QBs, they're not going to trade one of their QBs away.
No, probably not.
Even if they're
That's why
getting
we need-
Hurts back, it's like, okay,
That's why
Yeah, they
you
might.
wait to see, and wait to see if look at Josh Allen. Say he goes down, you
Oh,
get
look
Josh
at,
Allen.
yeah, what
deal.
about Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay needs, he's right there. You can get
oh
Geno
no,
Smith.
he's got Geno Smith.
Fucking Gino.
the old-
here's-
Gino,
Um,
Gino
That's
for
like 3
Hurts
first
straight
round
up.
picks right there.
Who's got Lawrence? Who's got
Um,
Lawrence?
It's Detroit. Mache.
Detroit.
So I offered because he's got
That's who. Hey, there you go. Lawrence. You get
273 cap.
Lawrence. Lawrence, Brees Hall. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Marquise
Lawrence,
Brown.
Brees Hall, Marquise Brown. Boom.
for
fucking
Jalen
A.
Hurts.
You go ahead and trade Brees Hall. You get Brees.
Are we gonna
Hall,
do this? Are we
Marquise
do this
Brown,
live right
and
now?
Lawrence- Do it
Can we
live.
send this trade right now?
He can't- he
I would
can't handle the
definitely get,
cap.
That's what
can't.
I'm talking about right there. Who says no to that? Who? I mean,
He can't-
you know who
well,
says no is Casey or Mache. That's who would say no.
There's
But-
no way he takes this trade.
He can't handle the cap because those are
But-
taxi players.
yes, he
Uh,
can.
no,
No,
they're
those are
IR.
IR
No,
player,
hey,
IR.
Hey,
No,
you
IR.
let him figure that out. You let him figure that out. But you send Lawrence, Brees Hall. Oh my God, that's exciting. I'm getting hard right now.
I can't like, but Jalen Hurts is so good.
Hey, listen, you don't need to make the decision right now. Also, Pickens is there. Also, oh, you got no Jalen Waddle's not going in. I'm telling you right now, Marquise Brown, that's a first round valuation. Brees Hall, that's 2 first round valuation. Lawrence, that hey, he might counter with something else, but if
It
you
works.
got Lawrence,
It fits perfectly. There's no
That
reservation.
right
So
here-
I
that right there
advise
puts
against
him over the
trading
top.
Jalen Hurts away. But for the
No one-
content, I say you send the offer over.
He
He
already
already
did.
sent it. How
Already
do
sent
you
it.
not?
You can
how
see it
do
right
you
here.
not
There's nothing that stops this from being accepted right now. Everything would clear.
I think Mache
God, I'm
stops
so
it from being
excited.
accepted, but it's worth a try.
But seriously,
I thought you were
I
gonna
mean,
wait, you're
he
not adding
could
Tyreek?
counter.
Go deeper. Put Tyreek and a first in there. Coming
We
back.
could-
He has
Hey,
Waddle.
hey,
He has
hey, we
Waddle.
could-
He's-
Oh, I mean that's 2 top 5 guys.
Hey, I like Snicker bars. You know what's better than a Snicker bar? 2 Snicker bars.
Yeah, or a Snickers
All right.
bar inside of a Milky Way, inside of a Three
Adrian.
Musketeer.
Adrian,
Hey,
you trade away Hertz for Lawrence, Brees, and Hollywood.
would I trade away Hurts?
In a super
When
flex
you-
12-team league.
When all you got is Pickett, and you're competing
Oh,
in
man.
24.
I don't know.
It's a good trade.
God, I'm excited.
Would you
Oh my
trade
God. I would
Josh
trade-
Allen or Patrick Mahomes for that same price?
No, I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't. Nope. Probably not. It's going to be much different for me. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, they've done it a couple years. The system is completely built around them. It's a little bit different. They're solidified in their role.
If
Hurts
Jalen Hurts
very
turns
well, very
Jalen
well
Hurts
could be.
turns into Josh Allen next year,
It doesn't matter.
I lose that
I
trade,
don't-
right?
I don't think so. I
Yeah.
don't think so. You're
That's
not
what I'm trying to
competing
get
next
at
year.
right here.
You're
Now,
not competing
Just
next year.
remember what everyone thought about Josh Allen his first year. Josh Allen sucked. Second year, there's a little bit of potential because he ran for 8
I had him
touchdowns.
and I traded him to Jason
Third year,
and got him back.
Stephon Diggs owners were wondering if they should trade Stephon Diggs because he went to Josh Allen.
Well, that's what,
That year is the year that Josh Allen became the stud that everyone wants.
and this is that year for Jalen Hurts because he got AJ Brown.
Yep, got
You
AJ
guys
Brown,
have-
he's entering year
you ca-
3.
You guys are seeing this wrong. I would maybe even do it for Josh
I
Allen.
sent
I
the
don't
trade.
care.
I'm seeing it the way you saw it.
Amen. I love it, Pickle. You guys have to understand.
I think it's
He's not
that's
married
tempting
just
to
because.
me.
One sec. Just because he's getting these 3 people doesn't matter. Then he goes and flips Brees for 2 firsts. Well, fuck, he just turned Brees into 2 firsts. Or then he takes Hollywood, he sits on him, he trades him for at value. This is how you get better, and you're not constantly rebuilding. You take your stud and you make him have babies. All right, I'm gonna finish.
You
JB
want to know another way to not have to constantly rebuild?
Keep Josh
Draft
Allen on your
quarterbacks
roster.
every
Loose.
year.
say
Look at
what?
draft
We're
quarterbacks
talking
every year.
Superflex now, Zach. That's not possible.
No, or it's
All right.
Superflex is harder, but I'm talking about like in my other leagues.
You're just talking general advice.
In general, I haven't had to rebuild in 32.
I thought you were about to say in 32 years, and I was like, get out.
No, and I've made the playoffs every year except the first year and last year in 32. I've never had to rebuild because I'm always drafting quarterbacks and trading them for quarterback needy teams.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna say this as well. If I have Josh Allen, I'm selling his ass too. If I'm Mitch, I have Patrick Mahomes, I'm selling his bitch ass too. You want to know why?
Excuse me?
This is why. Because he's not competing
'Cause
anytime
this team
soon.
blows.
That's why.
I think I
I'm
just woke up
calling.
my wife.
Hey,
I
I'm
kinda
making
yelled
an
that one.
executive decision right now. We're ending it. We got to. We're an hour and 48. No one wants to listen to us, and some people got to go to bed. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm chill. But
If
Hey,
I could just make
guys.
one comment about
yeah,
NFL
oh yeah,
week.
we could wrap it up. We could wrap it up with some comments or whatever.
The one comment we didn't get to NFL today. My one comment is it does exist. It's a league we have.
I love NFL. I love it, even though Jeremy boned
It's-
me good.
The
dude.
NFC is everybody is average, and the AFC has a couple of really good teams and some really bad teams, and it's going to be an exciting 4 weeks. And we'll talk about it more next week.
We'll start with NFL
Or not.
next week. Maybe not. Hey, who knows? Hey guys,
We'll see.
anyone else have any last words?
I love these live on air trades. That was a rush.
I
That
do want
was
to
a rush,
point out
dude. I got chubby. Yes, Zach.
that I just got to call it out and give him shit because I called that Carmen would miss the playoffs when he
I
was.
gave you that win already. I told you. I said Zach
but-
was right.
So get this, 2 weeks ago, or was it 3 weeks ago? Whenever the same week that I called it, I tried to trade Barkley from him, and I told him exactly what I told you guys. He's gonna miss the playoffs. He's lost 3 games in that time. Had he made the trade, he would have won all 3 games, and he'd be 10-2 right now, winning his division without Barkley.
Mitch, will you please end the recording?
Hold on.